This is another big cluster at another window, same building. Look at the size of them. So this is a different cluster just a few balconies away. And look at how many entities are there too. Look at the size of that thing. Takes up a big portion of the balcony. That is not a man-made light. Just look how many of those things there are. And look at the speed that they're moving at. And that's nothing how fast they can move. There are people living inside that apartment as well. As you can see, the lights are on inside. I'm just gonna turn the camera and show you. Look at Toronto in the distance. That fog that's descending on top of the downtown core. That's all them. That's all them. I can't even get to the downtown core to see it. It's all them. The air is so thick of them, with them I mean. I can't even see buildings. Those buildings are 80, 90, 100 stories high. I can't even see buildings. All those stories, there's no story there, there's no building there under 70 stories. That's downtown core. Look at all the entities there, creating a false fog. But it's just them. Look, you can't even get through them to see downtown core. Look at those big buildings. Some are 100 stories high. Look at this. I can't get through all the entities to film them. Look. That's all you can see. That's what's the matter with the camera. Nothing. What's the matter is that there's so many of these things in the air that you can't even penetrate them to take a video or a still photo. Look at that. That whole section of downtown is going to disappear in about 10 minutes because these things will just come in and cover the whole thing until you cannot see it anymore. Look how many there are. And if you try and get close, that's all you get. All you get is these entities moving around counterclockwise. Nothing can penetrate them. You're stuck with filming shadows in a fog. You cannot no longer take decent photos. Look at that. Just look at that. And ask yourself, is this what you want? Is this the future you want? This is just the beginning of the future that's coming. But is this the future you want? You won't be able to find anything. Even 100-story buildings, they'll be invisible because all these things will be in the air covering them. And they'll be crawling all over them as well. They already are. Look what happens when you come closer. Look at all those entities in the air. Look at all those clusters that are not glowing. You're looking at the center of a cluster right now, the nucleus. Pretty soon that'll light up and glow. When it picks up enough speed, it'll reach terminal velocity where it'll create plasma and glow. Look at that. That's the center of that cluster. Then when that nucleus reaches a certain velocity, it'll spark up and glow because it'll be creating plasma, because it'll superheat the air all around it and create plasma. So that's your downtown Toronto, the best shot you can possibly get these days. And this fog has been around every day for the last 3-4 months. It only lets up for a few hours and then it's back, and then you can't see anything again. Just look at how those organisms have created a fog where you can't even see downtown core. I'm going to try and point at the CN Tower to show you that you can no longer even see that. Well, just watch the CN Tower just disappear. There's the hexahedron. Just keep watching when that hexahedron shows up. And the orbs are going so fast around that around restaurant part of the CN Tower. That's at about 800 feet or so. They're creating a plasma energy field. There it is. And that's a time phase. Those are the orbs in a time phase, as the way they light up one after the other when the energy is being transferred from one to the other. And obviously they gotta glow. Just look how many there are. These are not lights like someone put out a video with his cell phone. These don't celebrate the Leafs or any other team in Toronto. And these are not lights that are put on by anyone. These are lights put on by these orbs and these organisms. And that's plasma and not any man-made light at all. All those people who keep saying it's for this and that are lying. They're paid to make lies like that and to discredit true original footage of what's really going on. Look at that. You can see what's making the light. You don't need me to tell you. You can see how many organisms are in the air that are making it, and how they're counterclockwise revolving and rotating. Watch the CN Tower just vanish every now and then, because there's such a high concentration of these things around it. They come in as a cloud, and I can see a dark cloud coming in off the lake. In a few minutes you won't be able to see any part of downtown. The whole thing will be engulfed in these organisms. Look at how many organisms there are. This is in our atmosphere. This is not out in space. That's at around 800 feet, maybe less. You can see that there are no lights on the CN tower, none whatsoever. That's these orbs lighting up as they go around faster and faster. And they're lighting up in a time phase process. The energy is transferred from one to the other. The orbs are counter-rotating counterclockwise. But the light seems to be going clockwise. That's an illusion. That's just an illusion, because they're counter-rotating and going counterclockwise. So as each one lights up, it's in a phase, and the light is in a phase sequence, one orb after the other. And there's the hexahedron. That's the way they just bring more in. That's a time tunnel. And a dimensional portal. That's what that is. They just import them more. Can't even talk to you, you're so thick of them. I'm gonna let this run and take a picture of this airplane that looks like it's standing in one place. I'll take it with the other camera. I don't think that was a plane. I don't know what it was. But that's definitely an hexahedron. And that is made by those orbs. It's not any light being put out by the CN tower with electric lights or any other lights. That's that cluster. And that's the cluster nucleus. And you can clearly see the hexahedron. I believe firmly that that's a dimensional gate, and that's some sort of time tunnel through which they pour into our dimension. That's my conclusion. It's a portal. It's a definite portal. Okay, there's pure plasma right there. I don't think anybody at the CN Tower would be making pure plasma anytime soon. And this is normal light, or any normal light source. Everything about it is alien. And I mean alien as in extraterrestrial. Not from this world. I'm just gonna back up to show you. You can no longer see the CN Tower at all, but watch the hexahedron come out. Okay, so that's where that restaurant part is, but you can't see it anymore because there's so many organisms in the air. They've hidden the entire structure. That structure is about 1 kilometer high. It's the tallest structure in all of Canada. And it's one of the highest buildings in the entire world. You can barely see it, and only sometimes, because there are so many entities surrounding it that are in the air, so that the whole thing becomes invisible. Something really bad is happening right there. Whatever it is, it's not normal. It's not normal. You can still see all the entities in the air, just all over the place. Okay, I'm going to turn it off now.